The Saola is one of the rarest and most mysterious animals in the world. It is a beautiful forest-dwelling mammal that lives in the mountains of Vietnam and Laos. Its scientific name is Pseudorix ngetinensis, and it belongs to the family Bovidae, which also includes animals like cows, goats, and antelopes. Even though it looks a little bit like an antelope, it is not closely related to any known animal. The Saola is so unique that scientists had to create a completely new genus, Pseudorix, just for it. Because of its rarity and graceful appearance, it is sometimes called the Asian unicorn, even though it has 2 horns instead of 1. This nickname shows how special and mysterious this animal is, as very few people have ever seen it alive. The story of the Saola's discovery is one of the most exciting moments in modern zoology. For a long time, the animal was completely unknown to science. Local villagers in the remote mountains of Vietnam and Laos knew about it and sometimes hunted it, but people outside the region had no idea that such a creature existed. In May 1992, a group of scientists from Vietnam's Ministry of Forestry and the Worldwide Fund for Nature, WWF, were conducting a wildlife survey in the Vu Quang Nature Reserve, located in north-central Vietnam. This area is part of a range of mountains called the Annamite Mountains, which form the border between Vietnam and Laos. The scientists were studying the forest to learn more about the animals that lived there. During their research, they visited a local hunter's house and noticed something remarkable hanging on the wall: a pair of long, straight, and smooth horns. These horns were unlike those of any known species in the region. The scientists were immediately curious, so they collected the horns for study. When they returned to Hanoi and later examined the horns in detail, they realized that the animal they came from did not match any species known to science. The horns had a distinctive shape: long, slightly curved, and almost symmetrical. The skull that was later found had features that did not belong to any known antelope, goat, or cattle species. This discovery marked the beginning of a new chapter in zoology. After more research and several expeditions, scientists confirmed that this was a completely new species of large mammal, something that had not happened for more than 50 years. They named it Pseudorix ngetinensis, referring to its unusual characteristics, and the Ngati province, where it was first discovered. The announcement of the Saola's discovery in 1993 shocked and fascinated the scientific community. It was described as one of the most extraordinary zoological discoveries of the 20th century. Many people compared it to discovering a unicorn because it seemed almost mythical, a large animal living in a world where most species were already known. Even today, it remains one of the least understood mammals on Earth, and many mysteries about its behavior and biology are still unsolved. The Saola is a medium-sized mammal, standing about 85 centimeters tall at the shoulder and weighing between 80 and 100 kilograms. Its body is sleek and elegant, covered with a short, smooth coat of dark brown fur. Along its face are distinct white markings, including white patches above the eyes and on the cheeks, giving it a gentle and expressive appearance. These markings make each individual Saola look slightly different, much like how human faces vary from person to person. One of the Saola's most striking features is its pair of long, straight horns. Both males and females have horns, which can grow up to 50 centimeters long. The horns are smooth, slender, and slightly curved backward, creating a graceful and symmetrical look. When viewed from the front, the horns are almost parallel, resembling the shape of a V. These horns are believed to help the Saola move through dense vegetation, perhaps by pushing aside branches or as a display to other Saolas. Unlike some animals with thick or twisted horns, the Saola's horns are delicate and elegant, fitting perfectly with its quiet and mysterious personality. Its face is narrow, with large, dark eyes and a small muzzle. The ears are long and pointed, helping it listen for sounds in the dense forest. The body of the Saola is compact and muscular, built for moving quietly through the undergrowth. Its legs are strong and slim, and its hooves are small and well-shaped for walking on wet, slippery ground or climbing rocky mountain slopes. The tail is short and often darker than the rest of the body. Altogether, the Saola's appearance is both powerful and graceful, reflecting its life in the quiet, misty forests of Southeast Asia. The Saola lives only in the Annamite Mountains, a long, narrow range that runs along the border between Vietnam and Laos. This region is covered with thick evergreen and mixed forests, filled with streams, waterfalls, and steep valleys. The forests are often covered in fog, giving them a mysterious, ancient atmosphere. These forests are part of one of the most biologically rich areas in the world, home to many rare animals found nowhere else, such as the Annamite striped rabbit, and several unique species of muntjac, a kind of small deer. Saolas prefer areas that are remote and undisturbed, usually near rivers or streams where vegetation is lush and water is available year-round. They are believed to live at elevations between 300 and 1,800 meters, although they may move to lower areas during certain seasons. Because these forests are dense and difficult to explore, scientists have had a very hard time studying the animal in its natural habitat. Most of what is known about the Saola comes from camera trap photos, local reports, and the few specimens that have been found by villagers. The Saola's range is extremely small, probably limited to a few scattered forested valleys along the Vietnam-Laos border. These areas are hard to reach, with no major roads or human settlements nearby. This isolation may have helped the species survive unnoticed for so long. The thick canopy of trees, heavy rainfall, and constant mist make the Annamite forests one of the least explored environments in Asia. The Saola is perfectly adapted to this secret world, blending into the shadows and rarely revealing itself. Because the Saola is so rare and secretive, very little is known about its behavior. No scientist has ever studied a Saola in the wild for a long period, and only a few individuals have ever been seen alive. What we do know comes mostly from local villagers and short-term observations of animals that were captured accidentally. The Saola is thought to be a quiet, gentle, and shy animal. It likely spends most of its time moving slowly through the forest, browsing on leaves, shoots, and grasses. Its diet probably includes young plants, small shrubs, and maybe some fruit. Like many forest herbivores, the Saola likely feeds in the early morning and late afternoon, when the forest is cool and peaceful. During the hottest part of the day, it may rest in shaded areas near streams. Researchers believe that Saolas may be solitary or live in small family groups, such as a pair of adults with one or two young. There is some evidence that males and females might live separately outside of the breeding season. When they meet, they may use scent glands located near their eyes to mark territory or communicate with other Saolas. These scent glands leave a musky odor on vegetation, which might signal to others that the area is occupied. The Saola's exact reproductive habits are still unknown, but villagers have reported seeing young Saolas during the start of the rainy season, which suggests that births might occur in late spring or early summer. Like other hoofed mammals, the female probably gives birth to a single calf after several months of pregnancy. The young Saola would then stay close to its mother until it grows strong enough to live on its own. One of the reasons the Saola has remained so hidden is its behavior toward humans. It is extremely wary and easily frightened. Even when captured, it shows signs of stress quickly and refuses to eat or drink, which is why no Saola has ever survived long in captivity. This makes it one of the most difficult animals in the world to study directly. The Saola's quiet nature, combined with its remote habitat, explains why scientists have managed to take only a handful of photographs of wild individuals since its discovery. The Saola holds great importance both scientifically and culturally. From a scientific perspective, its discovery in 1992 was revolutionary. In the modern age, finding a large land mammal completely new to science was considered almost impossible. Most people thought that all big animals had already been discovered and classified. The Saola changed that belief and reminded scientists that the natural world still holds secrets, especially in remote tropical regions. It encouraged further exploration in Southeast Asia, which led to the discovery of several more new species of mammals, birds, and amphibians in the Annamite Mountains. The Saola thus became a symbol of biodiversity and the unknown richness of life on Earth. From a cultural point of view, the Saola represents mystery, purity, and the delicate balance of nature. Because it is rarely seen and lives deep in the forest, many local communities see it as a spirit or guardian of the mountains. Its peaceful behavior and elegant appearance inspire both respect and awe. For the people living near its habitat, the Saola is a reminder of the deep connection between humans and the natural world that surrounds them. The Saola is not just unique in appearance, but also in evolutionary terms. Genetic studies have shown that it does not fit neatly into any known group of bovids. It is not a type of antelope, goat, or cow, but rather a distinct evolutionary branch that split off from other species millions of years ago. This makes it a living relic, a survivor from an ancient lineage that has nearly disappeared from Earth. Studying the Saola helps scientists understand how animals evolved in Asia's forests and how environmental changes have shaped life in the region over time. Its anatomy also provides clues about its way of life. For example, the shape of its teeth shows that it eats soft leaves and shoots rather than tough grass. The structure of its horns and muscles suggests that it is built for moving quietly through dense forest rather than running fast in open areas. Every detail of its body reflects the slow, shaded, and peaceful world in which it lives. Even today, the Saola remains a mystery. Few people have ever seen one, and almost everything known about it comes from indirect evidence such as footprints, droppings, or camera trap photos. It is one of the last large mammals on Earth that science knows so little about. In a world where information spreads quickly and wild places are disappearing, the Saola reminds us that there are still corners of nature that remain untouched and full of wonder. The story of the Saola inspires curiosity, respect, and hope. It tells us that even in the 21st century, the natural world still has secrets waiting to be discovered. The Saola stands as a symbol of mystery, a graceful creature that quietly walks the misty forests of the Annamite Mountains, unseen but deeply significant. It represents the beauty of the unknown and the importance of keeping wild places alive, where nature can continue to surprise and inspire us.